And welcome back. In this video, we're going to be looking at some of my favourite stretches to help with box splits, or you might call them middle splits. So we'll begin with a warm-up, starting with the legs in second position, making sure your knees always bend over your toes. We're going to push back into our knees and stretch out the hips. Don't worry if you can't go this low, you just want to feel a nice stretch in the hips as you pitch the upper body forwards. So there's a slight counterbalance happening here. We're going to stand up, and now we have a side lunge, again just to wake up the hips. This time our feet are parallel. You can either put your hands together or on your waist, it doesn't matter. And we're going to rock from side to side. So not only does this stretch the hips, you'll also feel a stretch in the hamstrings, and it's a great way to wake up the knees, the ankles and the back. From here, we're going to kneel up with one leg extended to the side, and then we're going to lunge over that stretched leg. We're going to do 4 lunges and then hold for a deeper stretch. You might want to place a pillow or a towel underneath your standing knee. And hold this stretch. Try to keep the hips level as you lunge so that we're really getting a deep stretch in the hips and we're not just hinging or twisting the pelvis. And now switching over to the other side. A lot of the stretches in this video are quite advanced. They're designed for people who already have a certain amount of flexibility in their hips and legs and back. If this isn't you, but you still want to follow along, that's absolutely fine, but make sure you adapt them to suit your range so that you're not in any discomfort. 4, and we're going to hold. Moving on to a half straddle stretch. So you might be familiar with a straddle stretch. This is basically your box splits with your hips facing down to the ground. But in this stretch, we bend one knee, so it's less intense and we can focus on one leg and one hip at a time. Again, you might want to place something under your knee if it's uncomfortable. Don't force any of these stretches, you should just approach them as a warm-up. You shouldn't feel any tension in the knees, the hips, or the shoulders or neck. Standing up, we're now going to do a Spider-Man stretch. So don't worry if you can't do this one, you could just hold the previous stretch. But if you can, you're going to extend one leg out to the side with your other knee bent, upper body pitching forwards and supporting yourself on your hands. If you can't go quite this low, it doesn't matter. You might just want to hold onto a chair rather than reach down to the floor. We're going to alternate sides, so we're getting a good stretch on both legs. And now walking your feet back up, we're going to sit down and find our butterfly pose. You can hold onto your ankles or your toes. We're going to lift the nose, inhale, and then exhale as you fold forwards. You want to feel like the head is nice and heavy, and we're relaxing in the stretch rather than forcing it. And we never bounce in any of our stretches, we just want to let gravity pull us down. If you want, you can use one hand and press it into your knee so that we get a slightly deeper stretch on that hip. And make sure to swap over to the other side so we're getting an equal stretch. Now for one of my favourites. This is a sandwich stretch, but I think it has lots of names. We're going to place one leg on top of the other. You could just cross the ankles, or you could bring the foot right across so your legs are stacked on top of each other. You don't want to feel any tension in the knees or hips. You should just feel a nice stretch in the glute of the leg that's on the top. We're then going to walk our hands forwards, let the head drop nice and heavy, and depending on your mobility, you might be able to reach your elbows down to the ground. This should feel like quite a nice stretch. You definitely shouldn't feel any discomfort here. If you do, release the stretch. Swapping over to place the other leg on top, you might notice that one side feels more flexible or stiffer than the other side. That's normal, we all have some kind of asymmetry. It's just important to be mindful of it so you know which side needs more work. Now, lying down on our back, we have a glute stretch. So placing one leg on top of the other, holding onto your supporting leg, that's the leg that's parallel, and pull into your chest. If you're not able to do the stretch lying down, don't worry. You can do it seated by placing one leg on top of the other and using your hand to push that knee down. And then when you're ready, we're going to switch over to the other leg. This is mainly stretching the glutes and the hips. Going into our pigeon stretch now. Your front leg is bent, your back leg is stretched, and it's up to you if you want to open up the front leg to a 90-degree angle. Make sure your back knee is really stretched, and we're going to keep our hips and shoulders facing the front. If you want, you can lift your nose for a gentle back bend. This stretch is great for the hip flexors, and it will help if you're working towards both middle splits and front splits. And now swapping over to the other leg. Now lying down on your back, you're going to hug one knee and stretch out the other leg on the floor. Bring that knee across your body, open out your arms, and turn your head in the opposite direction. Your knee does not have to touch the floor, we're just looking to get a gentle twist going through the spine. If you want to avoid twisting the back, just stick to lying on the back, pulling your knee into your chest. Now for our hip opener. You can either hold behind the knee, or if you can reach your heel, you're going to get a much deeper stretch. Just make sure that your opposite side is pressing down into the mat, so you might want to place your hand on the opposite hip. Lower down, and we'll repeat everything on the other leg. bringing that knee across the body. Open out your arms and feel free to turn your head in the opposite direction. Now for our hip opener. Again, you can choose to hold behind the knee, maybe onto the calf muscle or the heel, depending on your range. And close. Extend your legs up to the ceiling, hold behind the backs of your legs and flex your feet. If you can't reach your legs without your head coming off the floor, feel free to use a TheraBand or a towel. We're going to flex and point the feet. You'll notice a much deeper stretch along the backs of the legs when we flex the feet. Draw your legs a little closer and flex and point again. Drop one leg down to the floor and hold onto the other. Make sure both knees are straight and don't force this stretch. We always want to go gently with the hamstrings. You can choose whether you flex and point the foot or circle the ankle. And now swapping over to the other leg. Try and relax into this stretch, and hopefully after a few seconds you should be able to draw your leg a little closer. Now for our lying box split stretch. This is also called happy baby. So lying on your back, if you can reach your heels, hold onto your heels keeping your knees bent. Otherwise, you can also hold onto the back of your knees. This is basically the same stretch we did earlier, but now with two legs. From here, you're going to extend one leg, bend the knee, and alternate to the other side. You may not be able to stretch your knee completely, and that's fine. Again, we don't force this stretch, go gently. And the more you practice it, hopefully, the more you should notice you're able to lower the toes closer to the floor. If you're particularly mobile, you can try stretching both legs. And relax. Draw the knees in together. Sitting up now, we're going to go into our box splits. Now, I would encourage you to keep your inside ankle bones lifted off the ground. So keep your turnout in this position. Place your hands on the floor, let your head go nice and heavy. See if you can walk your hands further away. And if you're able to, place your elbows on the ground. Hold for a few seconds and then see if you can push forwards a bit further in your box splits. And we repeat again, walking the hands forwards, head nice and heavy. If you're particularly mobile, you might be able to place your stomach on the ground. Good. Now rolling over and lying on your front, we're going into our frog stretch. So open your knees out to the side, place the soles of your feet together, and we're going to press our heels down to the ground without letting the hips lift up. Press the heels down and release. Press them down again and release. Opening out the legs now, propping yourself up onto your elbows and rock back. Again, you might want to place a towel under the knees for this stretch. And go back into your frog stretch. We now have our window wipers. Again, this one shouldn't be forced, this should just feel really nice on the hips. It should feel like more of a release. And finishing off with one last stretch, you can either push back into your open frog position, or you can stretch out the spine in child's pose. And those are a few of my favourite stretches to help with box splits. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.